Copepods are aquatic animals and mostly marine. They are a group of small crustaceans, and around 14,000 species are known. Copepods live nearly anywhere that there is water. Their habitats range from freshwater to hypersaline conditions, from caves to water collected in leaf litter on the ground, from streams to rivers and lakes. They are even found on and within ocean sediments. They are usually the most abundant members of the zooplankton. Their habitats also range from the highest mountains to the deepest ocean trenches, and from cold polar waters to hot active hydrothermal vents. They are some of the most abundant animals on the planet. They may be free-living or symbiotic. Many species are internal or external parasites on fish, marine mammals, and invertebrates. Free-living copepods generally have cylindrical bodies with a narrow abdomen or, in the case of bottom or surface-living forms, broader bodies and/or compressed forms. Sensory antennules reach out into the water. The antennules can be used to sense prey. Copepods vary in size. Most adults have a length between 1 and 5 millimeters. The largest adult parasite is over 12 inches or 30 centimeters long. A copepod's trunk consists of the cephalothorax and the abdomen. The exoskeleton is hard. They must molt to grow, and most species have only one simple eye. Most can sense light. However, they sense their environment mainly through chemical and hydromechanical cues. Copepods are divided into 10 orders. 3 of the most notable orders are the calanoids, Harpacticoids, and cyclopoids. The calanoids are predominantly pelagic, occurring at all depths. They may be selective feeders, feeding on small phytoplankton cells by filtration, or predators, feeding on a variety of animal prey, including copepod eggs. They are distinguished by their long antennules that can be as long as the body itself or even longer. The Harpacticoids, which include over 50% of copepod species, are primarily marine, free-living, bottom-dwelling organisms. They may inhabit sediments by occupying spaces between sand particles, burrowing into sediment, or living on sediment or plant surfaces. They have short antennules and fewer than 10 segments. The cyclopoids may be parasitic, bottom-dwelling, or open-water species. They inhabit both freshwater and marine environments, although they are far more abundant in fresh water. Many of the free-living forms are predatory, attacking predominantly small fish larvae. The antennules are shorter than in calanoids, rarely reaching beyond the cephalothorax. A heart is only found in calanoids. In Harpacticoids and cyclopoids with no distinct heart, contractions of the muscles of the food tract ensure blood circulation. The central nervous system is simple. It consists of a brain situated near the esophagus. 4 or 5 pairs of swimming legs allow them to quickly escape from predators. Most species are omnivorous to some extent, with foods ranging from detritus to phytoplankton, bacteria, other invertebrates, or larval fish. They have increased feeding at night. Copepods have 2 main ways of feeding. Some species utilize both feeding methods and switch between them. The methods are ambush feeding and feeding current feeding. Ambush feeding copepods hang motionless in the water and attack prey that swim through their perceptive sphere. The fluid disturbance that the prey generates is perceived by the hair-like setae on the antennules. Pelagic, meaning open ocean, cyclopoid copepods use this feeding method, along with some calanoids. However, most pelagic calanoids also generate feeding currents. This is accomplished by vibrating the feeding appendages, and in some species also the swimming legs, in complex patterns. Typically, prey arriving in the feeding current are perceived and captured individually by the maxillae that fling open in response to an arriving prey. Feeding current feeding is a more efficient feeding mechanism than ambush feeding. Ambush feeding is restricted to motile prey, while feeding current feeding may target both motile and non-motile prey. Animals large and small feed on copepods. This includes anchovies, right whales, other copepods, jellyfish, and so on. Most copepods reproduce sexually. Mate detection may be through chemical or hydromechanical cues. Generally, females produce pheromones, and the males search and find the pheromone signal that leads to the female. A few species use hydromechanical signals for remote mate detection, where one or both of the sexes perform small jumps that signal their presence and position to potential mates. Females produce eggs that need to be fertilized by males. Male copepods are commonly smaller than the females and appear in lower abundance. Most calanoids are broadcasters, shedding eggs singly into the water. Other copepods, including cyclopoids and harpacticoids, have their eggs contained within 1 or 2 egg sacs, which remain attached to the female until they hatch. The post-embryonic development of copepods is divided into 2 phases, naupliar and copepodid. The nauplius molts 5 or 6 times before emerging as a copepodid larva. After 5 more molts, the copepod takes on the adult form. Lifespan in copepods typically ranges from 6 months to 1 year. Under unfavorable conditions, some copepod species can produce thick-shelled dormant eggs or resting eggs. These cysts can withstand drying out and also provide means for dispersal when they are carried to other places by birds or other animals. For example, calanus species are adapted to survive periods of food deprivation caused by the uneven distribution of their microplankton prey and the strong seasonality of the high-latitude ecosystems that they inhabit. Calanus even has a seasonal acquisition of energy-rich lipids in the central body sac. The lipids serve as a metabolic reserve during diapause, the overwintering process that involves these animals descending into the deep ocean and entering a period of torpor that may last for over 6 months. Along with being an important part of the food chain, some copepods can act as control mechanisms for malaria by consuming mosquito larvae. On the other hand, they also act as intermediate hosts of many animal parasites like tapeworms. Copepods have been used for culturing marine species for several decades. They can be collected directly from nature and used as live prey for larval fish rearing. Or they may be harvested and frozen, dried, or freeze-dried for later use. For more marine facts, click the subscribe button.